Hey guys, this is Sports with Dylan. The NFL has been still for a while. Aside from the Baker Mayfield trade, we haven't had really a move in over a month now. But we did get a trade that has been long anticipated since the player requested a trade 1 year ago today. This isn't my most interesting video, but NKeal was traded to the Chicago Bears. This move, unlike the Cam Talbot move, which I'll leave a link to in the description, has nothing to do with the NFL, but I brought it up anyways, makes so much sense to me. Because NKeal hasn't fit in with New England. But New England's addressed the position of wide receiver quite a bit, with plenty of other signings and drafting Tyquan Thornton and trading for Devontae Parker. They have a solid receiving core. They don't need NKeal. He's like 5th or 6th on the depth chart now. So it makes tons of sense for them to just ship him out, because maybe another team will figure out how to make use with him, and maybe he'll even break out. Although Chicago Bears should have went for an offensive lineman first, because they need to protect Justin Fields. I mean, I can't stress this enough. This guy is going to die with the offensive line they have put up for him, especially with Dakota Dozier being injured now. It's even worse. I didn't even know that was humanely possible to make the Bears' offensive line worse, and yet it is. But at least now they have a solid receiver who cannot catch a pass from Justin Fields, because Justin Fields will be sacked before the ball leaves his hands. But it's true that the Bears need receiving help. They have Darnell Mooney, but after that, they don't really have anything on. I am not buying the hype for Velus Jones. He's 25, people, and I'd never even heard of him before he's drafted by the Bears. So I don't think he's going to go far in this league. It's entirely possible that he does. I'm not good at predicting, and no one is. You never know if a rookie is going to turn into an absolute star or a bust. Even after their rookie season, even after their sophomore season, you get an idea by then who the stars are going to be, but you never know who's going to be a bust. So it's entirely possible that Velus Jones is the best receiver in the league. But I'm not so sure. I think NKeal could emerge as the second best receiver on the Bears team after Darnell Mooney. Now, they've also got Cole Kmet, who's been waiting to break out, but again, poor quarterback play and it being the Chicago Bears, he hasn't quite yet, but he has plenty of potential. So I think you'll have Cole Kmet, Darnell Mooney, and NKeal as solid receivers on the Bears team. Not a great receiving core, probably the worst in the league still. But hey, at least they're trying a bit to supply your young quarterback with receivers, unlike offensive linemen. Again, you know, Ryan Poles, I am telling this to you directly. You know that a team needs an offensive line for the quarterback to not be sacked so that he can actually throw passes, right? You know that that's how the NFL works. You need an offensive line on your team. I mean, seriously, the Bears have done nothing for their offensive line this offseason. They made it worse, if anything, with the parting of James Daniels and now the injury of Dakota Dozier. I am just feeling so bad for Justin Fields right now, being stuck out there. Oh, and Jason Peters is a free agent. I mean, I can't stress how terrible this Bears situation is on their offensive line. At least their defense is in a rebuilding stage. I can understand that teams need to rebuild, but they also need to protect their young future stars as long as they don't get injured a ton, which at this rate Justin Fields will. He's been injured before, and he's a scrambling QB, which makes him even more likely to get injured, but he doesn't have an offensive line to even prevent him from getting injured. So I can rant about that on for all day, but I'm not going to. What I am going to say is the Bears need to make a couple signings. There's still a couple good offensive linemen out there. So go out and sign them, please. And I bet you Justin Fields would be saying that exact same thing. But for now, thanks for watching.